So we're here at the Dead Coconut Club. It's usually the Red Coconut Club, but for Halloween Horror Nights, they change it to Dead Coconut Club. It's, of course, closed today, but you can get an idea. There's some props out front. Monstergram Studios, an old truck, normal sign. But yeah, this is where it all begins. If you come into City Walk, and this is your Dead Coconut Club, and the truck in the back. So we thought today we would do some things, like why people don't like Halloween Horror Nights. Do you like Halloween Horror Nights? So, you know, September, October, Halloween Horror Nights has been a staple of Universal Studios for 32 years. Once at both parks. And then lately, the last few years, they've been converting Red Coconut to Dead Coconut. And it's been a great idea. People have flocked to it. But, you know what? There are people who don't like Halloween Horror Nights. Why would you not like Halloween Horror Nights? Everybody likes Halloween Horror Nights, don't they? So we thought we would come out and figure out why somebody wouldn't like Halloween Horror Nights. We thought we'd start here at the Red Coconut Club, which is now the Dead Coconut Club. So, of course, it's closed right now because we're here in the early morning, but it's in 3D. You even get your 3D goggles and you can come up here and do that. So we thought we would try and figure out why people don't like Halloween Horror Nights. So let's go into the studios and we'll check out some reasons and see if we can convince you otherwise. Maybe you have some misinformation. So let's go. Brocat LLC is going to take care of this and find out just why it is. So let's go. Merchandise. The merchandise of the Halloween Horror Nights. Hellfire Club. Interesting. Merchandise. Could that be it? People don't like the merchandise? Looks interesting to me. All kinds of stuff over here. See in the fog. There's that was. And there's your Chunky. $16. Your Chunky backpack. Of course. Look at that. $75, somewhere in there. Get your Chunky knife bracelet. 25. Whatever this guy is, 28. Candle, $20. Your coffee mug. Now, $25. I might do that on the way out. Who knows? Some of the merchandise. Revenge of the Dead. And it comes with your 3D glasses, which is cool. $33 for the Revenge of the Dead Coconut. Screeners, glasses, of course, merchandise. It's your merchandise. Halloween Horror Nights. Big deal. That's good there. I'd appreciate this. Okay. So we're in Universal Store just to look at some of the merchandise. And then there's little Boo. See little Boo? So, Universal does a great job with merchandising. It's all cool. You dropped your pin.
Thank you.
There you go. And that's fine. Poster here. Some more stuff out of this booth. $15 there. But part of the reason that people don't like Halloween Horror Nights is that it's too expensive. And that's been one of the ideas that we put out. It's too expensive. You have to mortgage your home to be able to afford it. So if you get any kind of pass for multiple days, it's at least $200. If you look at the merchandise and you want to come and do that and, you know, get a t-shirt or whatever, you're probably looking at $100 for the whole family. And that's something that people don't like about Halloween Horror Nights, is that you have to mortgage your house to be able to come here and do this. So number one reason, most people said, well, that's not the number one reason, but that it was too expensive. So we're gonna go in and look around and see some other reasons why people don't like Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, I kind of like it. It's not the best thing in the world. It's not my favorite event. It's not like Grinchmas, but that's what we're doing here. Come in, photographs on that side. Look at that family. Gorgeous. Universal love. So, we're headed in. Past the globe, you've got your medallion up. And this year, Stranger Things, The Exorcist, The Last of Us, Chunky, and Monsters Unmasked. Let's go in. Of course, this is the morning. We're not into the event at this point. Be later on tomorrow night. But we thought during this break we would look at the whys of it. And both sides are now open. This side was closed before. Now it looks like the tile roofs are intact. People can go in both sides. So that's good. Alright, so expense is one reason why people don't like Halloween Horror Nights. Let's look at some others. Alright, so here's the Halloween Horror Nights entrance. Well themed, lots of stuff to do here. We're talking about second mortgage on your home to be able to afford it. And let's look at some other reasons here. Since let's say you've planned your vacation and you don't know about Halloween Horror Nights. You plan your vacation for September, October, because maybe the rates or the flights are better, and you decide that you're going to come here and take care of that. Plan your family trip, get here, and you see not the Minions necessarily, but you see something like this. And so one of the reasons that people don't like Halloween Horror Nights is that it destroys the aesthetic. It destroys the atmosphere of the park for that time that all the props are set up. And so you plan this vacation, you get here and you find out, oh, the parks are closed early. They closed early to open for this other event. What in the world? So you have less park time in Universal Studios because it closes down early. And you're like, well, okay, let's go to Halloween Horror Nights as a family. And then you're like, it's ridiculously expensive. So aesthetic of the park is ruined. You don't have enough time in the park because Halloween Horror Nights shuts everything down. So you've planned this big event for your family to come here on vacation, and you find Halloween Horror Nights. You also find Ivar Avenue. So we're walking through one of the scare zones now, and they try to disguise it a little bit. But if you come here on vacation with your kids and you want Universal Studios and you don't know about Halloween Horror Nights, well, how could you not know? How could you not know? But all of a sudden you're seeing this stuff. And you're like, what in the heck's going on? Explain this to your 5-year-old. Of course, they might think it's cool. I don't know. So you've still got Marge Simpson, you've still got a lot of stuff, and you've got the, but what's this? Huh. You've got the Scooby-Doo van, but you've got these barrels. Like, what do you mean the park closes early? So Halloween Horror Nights destroys the aesthetic of the park for a certain time, and that's part of it. So Scare Zone and Simpsons. So that's another reason people don't like Halloween Horror Nights, is that it just destroys the whole atmosphere of the park during the day. And if you've planned to come here and you've spent a year planning it, and you come to find out it closes early, you're like, what? Now, you could go to Volcano Bay and spend your day at the beach if you want. Mel's is closed down for now. And I mean, Halloween horror makeup shows here, that's part of it. And we're still pumped about Halloween Horror Makeup Show because it's still one of the best shows here at Universal. Uh-oh, looks like Dora. Dora's coming out, it looks like. Whoever that is. Robert Stack, who's that? So the expense of it all, yeah, by the time you get done with the tickets and the time you get done with the food and the time you get done with your merchandising, and then you've got Dora coming out, the expense of it, and people save all year just to do it. Now, if you're a Halloween Horror Nights crazy, which a lot of people are, they live for that stuff, and that's fine. You gotta live for something, I guess.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
You save for it. I mean, but think about it. If you make $25 an hour, and there's little Boo, $18 an hour, you've just worked an hour for this cup. So it can be expensive. That's one of the reasons. I just got done talking to some folks, and they said they really enjoyed it. They were from Ohio, and there's a little Boo on a stick, I guess. Do you have to buy everything? No. You don't have to buy everything. You don't even have to go during Halloween Horror Nights. So the expense of it all, and then one of the good things about it is during the day and Halloween Horror Nights, it's not crowded. So you could come and get your Central Park crepes and then head on through here to go to E.T. And of course, E.T. and E.T.'s Land. Well, what's this? Well, there it goes. It's just a day at the park. Just a day at the park. So my thought is, you can come here during the day and plan your vacation, but if it's in October, September, then you're walking through a bunch of props like this, and if you don't book for the night, I mean, that's pretty cool though, seriously. So does it destroy the aesthetic of the park, or does it enhance it? Some would say that it enhances it. But you're walking this way to get to ET, and you're like, what in the world is all this crap? Got a bat up there. So I don't know. You've got that. And you get through here. Kid zone is still not together yet, but I see some construction and what it's gonna be. Let's go take a look real quick. And then we'll continue with the reasons people don't like Halloween Horror Nights. You'd be surprised. But can we correct that and get them here? Can we figure out a way to correct it? Get them here. So you've got that. Pardon our dust while we build a new kids area. And really, it was time because Curious George, who's that? The Fievel thing had run its course. But yeah, they're getting it together up there. Still got SpongeBob store open, so hopefully they'll do a little more with it. Let's see what they do. So the food expense. So if you're going to come to Halloween Horror Nights, you know there's going to be food, and here is some of it. But how much do you budget for food? Let's say you're coming here to eat or drink one night. Do you get a Twisted Tater, $9.49 plus tax, or Twisted Tater Blood and Guts, $14. If you want to drink with that, like the Voodoo Brewing Company Lacto Cooler, that's $12. Can you see this from the? And then there's some other choices over here. Let's take a look at that. Well, still, Eats and Treats, Twisted Tater, same thing. If you want just a regular drink, $9. So you're looking at maybe, if there's two of you, $50 to $100 for food. So if you make $25 an hour, you work 4 hours to get that. Is it worth it? That's it. And for a lot of people it is. So let's continue on with the reasons people don't like Halloween Horror Nights. So we're here at Nightmare Fuel, which is the show for Halloween Horror Nights nightly. Not playing right now, of course. But one of the other reasons people don't like Halloween Horror Nights is they don't like big crowds of crazy people gathered for a crazy dance show. Now, you can come at 8, 9:30, 11, or 12:30 here and see the show. Nightmare Fuel Revenge Dream. And some people don't like great shows. It's one of the best shows that Universal has, really. Fantastic. But some people don't like to get in a big crowd, sit down and watch a show that's crazy. It's another reason people don't like Halloween Horror Nights. So this is Shipyard 32, which is a scare zone. And it's out in front of the best ride in the world, which is Fast and Furious. Shipyard 32, some of the props that look like this. One of the other reasons that people don't like Halloween Horror Nights is that they're afraid the scare actors will grab them, touch them. So in this scare zone, you're going to have people who are roaming around with not with big hammers, but they're roaming around. My dad used to have this bait canteen, I think. There's the crane. I always wondered what that was going to be for, but they're afraid that people will jump out and grab them. They don't like that. well, needless to say, you can't touch the scare actors, and they can't touch you. So the idea that you're going to come here and somebody is going to grab you or whatever in this scare zone, Shipyard 32, is not true. Can it happen accidentally? Well, anything can happen accidentally, but I'm saying the norm is that nobody touches you at Halloween Horror Nights. There's no grabbing, nothing like that. Now, if you're in line for a house and somebody grabs you or whatever that's in line because they scare, yeah, that could happen. But they can't jump out, they can't grab you, they can't cut you with a chainsaw, none of that. And in some areas you can have a necklace that tells you that you don't want to be scared. And if you wear that necklace, then it tells the scare actor not to bother you, not to touch you, anything like that. Now, coming to Halloween Horror Nights, people love that. So you have to be aware of that people, that's what they kind of pay the money for, is to come here and be scared, to have that scare actor jump out at them. You know, the other thing is, you pay all this money to go into a haunted house, and they scare the wrong person. So you got to go back. I guess that's the whole point. You got to go back again and again until you get scared enough, or the actual scare comes out at you. Then there's these killer treats. Fried to the end chicken, heart of Damballa, vodka in it, and your regular drinks. And here at Chunky's Killer Treats, I wonder if they have chunky bars. If they don't have chunky bars, then what's the point? Anyway, yeah, so they jump out at you? No, it doesn't happen. They're not allowed to touch you. Or they will jump out at you, but they're not allowed to touch you. So that reason's not valid. The expense, if you don't like big lines, if you don't like standing in line for hours, which that can happen unless you have express with it. There's also a stay and scream ticket, that if you don't have a regular ticket, you have to have entry to the park to stay and scream, and that gets you in a little bit early and can enable you to get into all the houses. Let me stop for some Louie's Pizza if they're open. So we had to stop for the best pizza in the world. Once again, we had to stop for the best pizza in the world, which is Louie's. And we're going in the wrong way, it looks like. But we'll try. Anyway, if you're at Halloween Horror Nights, Louie's is open. People are saying that Red Oven is better, but I think Louie's is the place if you want the best pizza at Universal. Plus, the atmosphere's great. So come in and get you some Louie's Pizza. On Louie's Pizza, people have their feet propped up, they're hanging out. If you want a cool place just to hang out, Louie's is it. Red Oven, not so much. There's 50 million people over there. So we got the side salad, and we got the Coke Zero for the people that are sugary, pre-diabetic, and then we got the pepperoni pizza. And all that was under 20 bucks. So you can go out to City Walk for Red Oven, but why? Come here to Louie's, it's much better, I think. My opinion, Brocat opinion. Anyway, got the Chunky t-shirt on. That chunky, huh? Scary. All right, I'm gonna eat. So one of the other reasons people don't like Halloween Horror Nights is the long lines. There's no long lines here. I mean, big gads. So somebody said the reason they don't like Halloween Horror Nights is a lot of pain for a little pleasure. So there's the pain, waiting in line like that, and then the pleasure's in there. Well. So what else do we have? This from Universal Community by Orlando Informer, just a question. I love HHN, but I know some people do not. What don't you like about it? That I can't go, somebody said. Somebody said I don't see well in the dark. And I don't like people jumping into my face. And I don't scare easily. I get that. I have more fun being the one who scares. Yeah, so there's a place for them at the Scare Actor. And somebody said I'm not a Halloween person. I don't like being scared. Well, that's a good reason not to come to Halloween Horror Nights. What else? I don't do horror. So there's some people that love the horror genre. They love the classic monsters, horror movies. And this person said I don't do horror. I pass to Busch Gardens. I get nauseous at the jacked up bits. I know it's fake, but it doesn't make any difference. Somebody said it's a never-ending line going through the houses. Actors don't have a chance to reset, so I never get startled. That's probably my number one, that you go through the houses so fast that you miss a ton of scares. And that happens to me about every house. If I was, I don't know, maybe somebody different, younger, they seem like they would concentrate. Because I'm an old man, they're like, yeah, I'm not going to scare them. Maybe. I don't know for sure. But I miss all the scares, it seems like. The wait times with no express pass. I would rather pay for the express because it just becomes miserable standing in line for hours. And that's probably the number one thing. Standing in line, miserable, because it happens for hours. So the key to that is you can do an RIP tour, but that's going to cost you near $400. So is it worth it? And to 1 million people every year, it's done well. It is worth it. But I can see some of these reasons. Somebody said the amount of teenagers just roaming around in packs. It's annoying the 10th time they smack into you. Somebody said the drinking gets out of hand. I haven't seen that personally. So anyway, there's some more reasons people don't like Halloween Horror Nights. Interesting. So this from Universal Orlando Tips and Tricks. Kobe said it's very fun going through the houses, watching a show or enjoying your favorite food while hanging out in the scare zone, but it just takes way too much work to get to those moments. So once again, a lot of work for a little pleasure. I see that. I get it. Love HHN, don't love the drink prices. The insane line for the houses. This from Universal Orlando Tips and Tricks. The crowds, way more scary than any Scare Actor. That's so good, Victoria. Let's see here. The tight spaces stress me out, but I do love the scare zones and trying all the seasonal snacks. So what I'm finding is that some people don't like certain things about Halloween Horror Nights, but they do like others, and so